Let's keep the party going. How do we help you and your students achieve inevitable success in school and in life? I got 2 more do's and don'ts for you today. The first one is as follows. The tendency for many of us that actually gets in the way of us experiencing success is comparing ourselves to others who seem better than us in some way. Have you heard that before? Comparing your insides to somebody else's outsides? That is a recipe for depression, anxiety, and failure if I ever saw one myself. And yet, it's the thing that we all do more than anything. And in fact, I would venture to say schools are partially, if not solely, responsible for this because we get graded. We see other people get higher grades than we do year after year after year. Gosh, if you start getting graded significantly, let's say in 3rd grade, I don't know when it exactly happens, but then year after year after year, you're told these people are better because they get higher grades than these other people. Oh my goodness, can you imagine the neural pathways in our brain for comparing ourselves to others?
Ridiculous.
So what's the solution? Oh my God, I'm laughing because I see this phrase here, don't compare and despair. And I'm thinking, how the hell do we just simply not compare and despair? Okay, I might need to work on the wording for this. What do you think is a positive thing to do rather than don't for this one? Post below in the comment section if you have any ideas. And I guess I'm giving a clue for it right here. The wisdom of self-acceptance. A lot of what I do as a coach working with students and adults is help them see the beauty of who they innately are. And I help them understand how they can bring that beauty to the task at hand, whether it's school, whether it's teaching, whether it's starting your own business. And it's almost like we have that beat out of us, that we feel like we have to be somebody else in order to be successful, which actually I should just go straight to the other tendency. These two are related today. So the tendency here is spending time and energy copying other people and ignoring my own unique way, your unique way, which is beautiful. And there's nothing like it in the whole gosh darn universe. And yet, many of us, students, educators alike, have the habit of trying to copy others who seem like they're doing it right or they're successful. And if you've been paying attention to the series on do's and don'ts of inevitable success, you will know that actually in the first video, I actually told you to do it the way the expert says first. Don't do it the way you want to do it. At first, that is. And so this one right here butts right up against that one. There's a tension, right? They're pulling against each other. The experts are telling us to do it one way, but I need to be my unique self. How do I do it? Well, I have an answer on the other side of this little whiteboard. Do you? Do it like I, the expert, said, yes, and also do you. The wisdom of being yourself. You know, as educators have come through my training program, there was a thing I noticed early on, and that was that people were trying to coach the way I, Gretchen, coach. And they were trying to be me, and they were struggling. And I get it. I have a big personality, you know? And I'm having to actually learn how to be all of myself, which I'm practicing doing here on YouTube. Have you been noticing my wonderful, crazy glasses that I have a different one in every video? This is one way I'm trying to be me, but I'm also having to learn how to pull back from being me and giving people space to experience what I like to call their own special sauce. And I got that phrase, by the way, that's not mine. I got it from a program called Ladies Who Launch that I don't think is around anymore, but it was my very, very first experience investigating what it means to be an entrepreneur. And I learned that phrase, special sauce, and I've clung to it ever since. I think it's so wonderful to help people figure out how to be their own special sauce and how to do the things that have been proven to work, but how to do it in your own way. So rather than the tension between the expert and you, it's like this beautiful collaboration between the expert and you. I say that an anti-boring coach or educator is somebody who knows the anti-boring toolbox, believes in it, and also brings their own special sauce to the table. So all of the trained educators on my website are all so different because they all have their own unique special sauce, and yet you will be guaranteed to have all or to learn many of the anti-boring tools when you work with them. And that's pretty cool. So let's look at some empowering questions you can ask yourself or your students to help interrupt these two very related tendencies. Oh, and like and subscribe. Have you done that yet? Please, 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 and thank you. Okay, the first question. This would maybe be asked of a student who, I swear, this hair, if you've watched all the videos, this hair just does not want to stay put behind my ear. Oh my goodness. Okay. This would be asked of a student who is really trying to follow the teacher's instructions perfectly, right? So this also might be an answer to the perfectionism tendency that we've talked about in another video. What parts of yourself are hidden when you try to do it my way? What parts of yourself are you pushing away when you try to follow my instructions? That's really important to pay attention to. You might still follow my instructions, but let's notice which parts of yourself are hidden, and let's try and figure out how you can have those parts of yourself while you also follow what has been proven to work the best. And then, what's something you love about how you do that? I don't think we ask students or ourselves this question, what's something you love about how you do that? This is another way of saying, what do you love about yourself? But people really can't handle that question usually. And so I like to find out like things that people just love to do. And then what do you love about how you do that? If you haven't asked that question recently of your loved ones, of your partner, of your friends, of the students you work with, I would highly recommend that you see what might come up when this is the start of a conversation. Do you have any other questions that you like to ask yourself or the students or clients you work with to help get at the wisdom of self-acceptance and the wisdom of being yourself? If you do, I would love to hear them in the comments below. This is really important. Let's mine our wisdom as amazing educators. If you got to the end of this video, you are a pretty cool person, and I want to hear what thoughts are in your head right now. See you in the next one.